Welcome everyone to another Zija Super Saturday training, where today we are going to talk about one of the most important skills that you can learn in your business, and that is building through events, promotions, and holidays. So we're going to start here with events. Now, there's a lot of events that we could have, right? So home parties, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more because I really believe the home party is just so important. Having people in your living room one-on-one, bonding in a personal environment. I just really believe in that. But there's so many other ways. So we can do Zoom calls, we can do conference calls, we can do Facebook Live, we can do one-on-one events, we can do webinars, we can do hotel meetings, we can meet in restaurants, libraries, gyms. We can go to different types of mixers, and there's mixers all over. Just look at what's going on in your community. In a coffee shop, chamber of commerce, organizations, the list goes on and on and on and on about the types of events that you can build for. So the first thing is we identify the events that are currently going on. These are ones we don't have to organize. There are distributor events all the time taking place. And of course, they lead to our regionals, that leads to corporate events, that always leads to Summit. And we've got Summit coming up in 11 days. It's the most important event of the year. And of course, our incentive trips. This is an event. This is an event that we should plan for. And we have some amazing incentive trips that are coming up. So the first thing that we do is we calendarize. So just yesterday, we just signed up a new distributor, it was a local, went to the corporate office, did the order, got the product, did the tour, got to taste the delicious, more clear water right out of the machine. Yummy, yummy. You haven't tasted good water until you've had more clear. And trust me, I have a $4,000 machine that I love, the water, but not like more clear. It's going to be incredible. So actually went with some water bottles and filled them up. But anyway, we went to corporate and we did all that, and then the first thing that we did was sit down, get out the phone, get out the calendar, and we put all the events that are coming up. And so what I'll do it for the entire year. And so I'll have in my own calendar those events, and we put them in right away. So if I want my new distributor to be successful, and that's what they want from you, they're new. They're asking you for your mentorship, and there's nothing more important than the event. So first thing we do, we get out the calendar, and we put them all in. And so she has a job. She's got to take time off work. Well, if you put the events in for the entire year, then you've got advance notice, but you can't last minute, oh my gosh, convention is next week, I can't get the time off work. Well, of course not. But if you had put it in your calendar 3 months ago, you could have. So it's really important to calendarize your events. So we're going to plug into events, and you're going to have events. So there'll be your events, and then your team events. I'm going to plug into the team events. Even if we host team events, we got to have team events, and then the distributor events that are taking place that are on the Zija website. There are leaders in this company that do open meetings, and you want to do that because you want to start to expose your new distributor to more and more and more people so they get a bigger and bigger and bigger vision. And then again, the corporate events, the regionals, and summits. So all of those, we're going to plug into them. But I want to focus for just a moment on hosting events. And I love the home meetings. They don't have to be home meetings. You can host an event anywhere. I've got some members on my team that host events at a restaurant where they've been able to negotiate. There's a lot of Chinese restaurants, Italian restaurants where they need the business. There's a slow day. They have a back room, and you can negotiate $10 for a meal. Oftentimes in an Italian restaurant, it might be a piece of bread, some pasta, and a dessert, or whatever it is. You can negotiate. Chinese restaurant, same thing, for $10. And so they'll have a weekly meeting, and then they encourage people, their distributors, to buy a meal for their guest, because the guest is more likely to come if you're going to feed them, right? So maybe you sell them 2 tickets for $20, and the person has a ticket for themselves to eat and for a guest. And so those are wonderful ways to do it. We have a distributor locally that signed up somebody who has a Mexican restaurant, one of those family-owned small places. They do a Taco Tuesday where the tacos are $1. And so they invite people and say, hey, I'll buy you dinner. So what are they going to eat? 2 or 3 tacos. It's $2 or $3. But you get your distributor there. They get to meet other distributors. They get to be in that social environment. It's fun. But, of course, at home, we can have these. We can do potlucks, barbecues, wine and cheese. Those are fun. And you can focus with a theme. So we could have a wine and cheese party. Maybe you invite only women. Maybe you invite only couples. Maybe you invite, you know, whatever it is. You can put a theme to it. You can do a product theme. It's just going to be about weight loss. Maybe we're going to have a contest about, you know, who loses more pounds. Whatever it is, you can host fun events, demonstration events. The 2-minute miracle gel, and that's a demonstratable product. It's inexpensive, and so we can have events with that. Sampling parties. Sampling parties are so fun. And here's the thing. This More Clear unit, if you haven't pre-ordered, which you can't unless you're going to Summit, which you should go be at Summit because we're talking business here. And if you're serious about your business goals, you still have plenty of time. Get 7-day advance airfare, find a friend to come with you, split expenses, whatever it takes to get there. But the More Clear unit, this is going to be so fun and so easy to sample our products. You know, this $4,000 machine, those of you who have one or are aware of it know exactly what I'm talking about. We have friends that are distributors, and they actually own a store, and they actually sell water, sell these machines, and they had to come out and install our machine because it's not something that's easy to figure out. So, and there's a lot of maintenance. It's not just expense, it's maintenance, it's all of this, that, and the other thing. But we were having conversation. We met at a home show, so they were selling their water system, and that was their booth, and we were selling the Pro line, the Ignite, the Reload, and the Limitless. And the combination here, what led us together was the fact that I already knew their water was great and wanted a unit, so I already committed to that. But I asked them this question. So you filter out, they were showing me in the demonstration all these different things, orange juice, Diet Coke, Sprite, even good bottled waters, and they were showing you as they tested it how bad they were. And so, of course, my question was, well, do you have any good products that you can put into your water so people can have something other than just water? And all the stuff they tried, Crystal Light, the teas, all the things that you can buy in the store that you can add to water to flavor it, all made the water bad. So the only way that they had of getting that good quality water in the body is if the person only consumed the water. There was nothing that they had ever found that you could add to that water so that you had a flavor that kept the water healthy. And so we tried our products. Well, guess what? We tried Moringa off the hook. It is not only a delicious product we all know, but we can add it to our new Moringa filtered, more clear water and have a delicious, healthy beverage in addition to water. So this is going to be absolutely incredible. And so this is how we brought our friends in with these products so that they could sell something to add to the water that was still healthy and have something in addition to water as an alternative. This is going to be incredible. Talk about sampling. We'll have people over. We'll have a more clear unit. We'll get some extra containers. We'll make a container of different products that we have available and more coming soon. So there's so many things that we can do. I just want you to be thinking about, how about a customer appreciation day? Maybe even once a month, where you reward your customers. And then, of course, you invite new prospective customers over to sample products. And you reward your customers by saying, any customer who brings a new customer, buys a product, we're going to give you this. So with the promotions, we are going to plug into the tools or the live event. So if I have a home meeting and I'm new and I don't know how to do the presentation, well, guess what? Every Monday night we have our Maximize Monday webinars. You could have a home meeting and plug into that. That's really exciting to have a live event. You have it right there on your television, in your living room, or on your computer, whatever. You have your friends over. Everybody plugs in so they're hearing the presentations. So those presentations are usually 20 to 30 minutes long max. They start at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, so whatever time you have your home party. And then afterwards, you want to use your upline support team. If your upline's local, they may be there with you. If they're not local, maybe they're tuning in on Skype or maybe Zoom or whatever it is. So there is no reason why. I don't care if you live in a small town in the middle of absolutely nowhere. You can still have events because you could host a Zoom call every week. You can still host events. You can still invite people to your event. You can still plug into events. And then if your time zone's completely off and that Monday night doesn't work for you at all, well, guess what? There are a lot of recorded events that are available on the YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, on our website, and I'll show you where it is, there's lots of Maximize Monday calls that have been done by different people that have been recorded. So you can go and have people over this week and hear this presenter, and next week and hear that presenter, and next week and hear that presenter, and tune into different events as if they were live, but they're not. You're using the tools. And, of course, the most important thing is to get into their home. So, you know, you can actually do a home meeting for somebody even if they're not local. You can be their person that can jump in on a Zoom call, and you can have your upline partner jump in too. So maybe you've got even maybe somebody from corporate. Maybe you have 2 or 3 people on the Zoom call, and then we plug into the live event that we're going to do, and then we're there to support our new distributor. They have a house full of people. They don't even know what they're doing. It's okay. We tell them what to do. Have some samples, tune in, plug us in. It's simple. So I want you to know that hosting an event does not mean you have to be the professional meeting presenter. It just means you need to be willing to host something. Have fun. Have the barbecue. Have the potluck. You know, I love, and I'm going to talk about building through holidays in a moment, but there's one holiday, St. Patrick's Day, that is about green, right? So that definitely should be a holiday that you plug into and have all this fun green stuff, because we also have the green Zija. We just did a baby shower at the house, and of course we had this delicious glacier-flavored hydrate. It's not only delicious, but it's blue. So my daughter's having a boy, yay, and so we did a blue drink and put it in there, and of course everybody was asking what it was, and it's something that's delicious, something that you're really going to love to demonstrate with your More Clear unit. It's wonderful, and people are always going to ask, this is good, what is it? So host stuff, and then so we not only want to plug into the events, we want to host events, and we need to learn to promote events. So the most important event is the next event. So how are we going to promote these events? We need to promote them. So maybe we're doing a webinar, but then we're going to promote the next local meeting. And then from there, we're going to promote the next regional meeting. And from there, it's going to be the next international meeting. So your check is directly related to how many of your team attend the events. So it's not just you. Remember, if you want to get the power of leverage, what is leverage? Leverage is when you and a team do activity together. So it's not just you doing 20 hours a week or 10 hours a week or however much time you have to do with the business. If you had 5 people each doing 10 hours a week, then your 10 turns into 60 hours that you and your team are doing. It's the same thing with the events. If you go to the events, you are going to experience more success. If you have a team of people attending the events with you, it's that geometric growth or that compound interest. Everything just explodes, and it's just so much bigger than it would be if it was just you. So we want to attend the events. We want to promote the events to our team. So what am I going to do? Call people. I like to have a reason to call. Sometimes we get away from calling these days. We do more text, and text is good as well. So we definitely want to text everybody. We want to email people, but we want to call them and actually have a conversation, hear the tone in their voice. Are they having a good day? Are they not? Is there something that they needed you to call to lift their spirits because they were having a bad day that day? So we want to call and make sure that we talk about the event, give them all the information, answer any questions that they might have. We're going to text some reminders, so we're going to follow up. We're going to email them all the details, links to registration, all of that stuff. We're going to promote it on social media. And this is something that, there's a lot of training out there these days on social media because there's ways to use it very effectively. So what we don't want to do, what we've learned, is sit and pitch people on our Facebook page. But what we do want to do is post something social. So I post something social. I am so excited to go to Salt Lake City next week. What are you doing in Salt Lake City? People are going to ask you questions. You're going to engage in a conversation, but we're going to put that. So the best thing that you can do for your events is to create an event on Facebook. So you're not going to post it necessarily on your own page and promote it there. You're going to create a Facebook event, and you're going to invite people to it. And then when you call them and talk to them about this event, and you can text them a link to your Facebook event where they can just click on it and open up their app and say they're coming. You're going to email them, but that way you've got an event page where people can comment, socially post pictures, and talk about the event. So samples and giveaways, people love free samples. They love giveaways, so I would definitely say anybody who brings a guest is going to get this, and the person who brings the most guests are going to get this, and then consistency. Obviously, consistency is very important. You can't just have an event once in a while. So you need to figure out what you want to do, what you're willing to do, what you're willing to commit to, and then keep it consistent. And you can change it up as long as you have an event. You can have a home meeting, a live home meeting, maybe once a month, maybe on the same day. The other days you're doing a Zoom call, because on the Zoom call, people from all over the world can tune in. The home meetings, only your local group can tune in. So maybe we have the local once a month because the team needs to get together, but it's every week that we're having the meeting. And again, you can plug into our Monday nights, maximize Monday on Monday nights until you get to the point where you want to have your own. And know that when you start to host your own on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, it can be in the afternoon, it can be whatever, you've got a team. You have an upline that's willing to help you. And you can use the tools and you can use your team to help you. So don't think you're going to be doing this on your own. Not at all. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about building through promotions. There's always promotions that are going on. And when there's a promotion, then you want to take advantage of that promotion. So like right now, there's XM3, buy 5, get 1 free. Well, guess what? You could be just calling people. It gives you a reason to call and talk specifically about XM3. So I was just talking to a distributor just the other day, and I'm not going to say the name because maybe she's trying to hit a certain number, surprise everybody at Summit, but she was telling me that just with this XM3, she's lost over 30 pounds. Now, we know the stories. We've seen them out there. We see the pictures on the Zija corporate Facebook page. There's so many before and after. People have lost 50 pounds, 100 pounds. But this is somebody I know, and I got to hear in her voice how exciting that is and how she can see herself now getting to a weight she hasn't been to since high school. And so I'm telling that story. I'm telling that story because it's a powerful personal story, somebody I know, and it's life-changing. So this product's incredible. There's a promotion going on, so it's a reason to call and talk about XM3. Our Gen M personal care products are Daily 5. These are products that we all use every single day, but these are toxic-free. They don't have any of the chemicals, preservatives, garbage, and they're enriched with essential oils. When you use these products, you're just, you're getting the healing benefits of the essential oils. So this is something everybody would love to use. So you can get them for free if you're a Zija customer and you're on the ZRP for 200 points a month, or you can get it for 50% off if you're just doing 75 points. or you can get it for 75% off if you're doing 150 points. So whatever your order is, it's a reason to call and tell people about something. There's a promotion that's going on right now. So we love promotion. Product promotions, specials, samples, giveaways, demonstrations, education. I love to do promotions to educate. The essential oils is like a whole new experience for me. I remember going to, they call it a class, another company years ago that specializes in essential oils. I remember being invited to an essential oils class. It was a home meeting, but all they did was educate you on these essential oils. And, of course, after being educated, I bought like $600 worth of oils. I bought some pack with all kinds of oils and stuff in it. So I'm learning so much more every single day. And so as I learn stuff, and how do we learn? Well, we learn by plugging into events. We're going to talk about that in a second. But every Thursday, Dr. Scott Johnson teaches us about an oil. And so we can use this education. We could bring people over and have somebody educate them using the tools. There's essential oils videos that are online that we can use to educate people. Of course, holidays are always great. Gifts, the promotions, when there's promotions going on, you can take advantage of them personally and use for gifts. And so crafts, people love crafts. So you can make crafts that have to do with your Zija business. For example, essential oils. My friend who's been doing essential oils for years, who's now a Zija distributor doing Zija essential oils, but she makes these or buys these wooden bead bracelets. And she says wood absorbs essential oils and will hold the essential oils for 3, 4, 5 days. So you can actually put the oil on the wood beads and it soaks it up. And so you're wearing this essential oils that's effective for days. And so we have certain essential oils that are good for allergies. Maybe during allergy season you can you can teach people how to make them. You can actually buy these beads and have people come over and like make gifts, the crafts, and then show them how we have the oil and we can put the oil on. Well, everybody is leading with oil. Everybody's going to buy oil if you do this. So promotions, take advantage of the promotions. Contests, absolutely. Prizes, incentive trips. So let's talk about the monthly promotions. Right now, here's a new essential oil I'd never heard of. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Copaiba. Copaiba. I don't even know. But there it is in the promotions in your back office. Click Learn About the Product, and you can learn. And then it's 10% off in the month of October. So now you're learning about a new oil. And as you learn about it, you can say, well, who do I know that could benefit from that? People will come to mind, and you call them up. So we want to build through events. We want to build through promotions. Right now, the promotion, the More Clear Water Purifier that's taking place right now to pre-order and get it, like literally the day you get back from Summit, a day or two after that week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, your water purification system is going to arrive if you take advantage of this right now. So I had this out of order. Let me just take just a second and move that. Another promotion, of course, are our success trips. So we have a diamond success trip every single year. But from the time you sponsor a new distributor, you want them to put it on their calendar. You want them to be thinking about qualifying for the trip. You want them to be thinking about hitting diamond. And this next trip that's taking place, you just have to hit diamond by the end of the year, actually by the period ending January 6th. So it actually starts on December 31st. That's the last period of 2017, and so by the January 6th. And, of course, you need to do it 3 weeks in a row, so really mid-December. So what do we have? It's like mid-October to mid-December. We've got 2 months. Folks, you could hit it in 2 months if you really, really wanted to, but you know what? It doesn't matter whether you do or not. The fact that you're talking about it, thinking about it, dreaming about it, working towards it, even if you don't hit it, you're going to hit other things and be on the next trip after that. But what about the people that we sponsor next year? We sponsor them in January, February, March. They have the entire year to go diamond to qualify for the next trip, because there's an annual diamond trip. So we want to be aware of that and know what the qualifications are. Put it on our calendar and be thinking about it. Be planning on it. Be working towards it. And then Sandy mentioned this. There is a new incentive trip that is being announced at Summit. That all I know about it is what they told us is something anyone can do, from the brand new distributor to the diamonds and above. Something anyone can do, and something that they are going to give us a shorter period of qualification to earn a trip that would normally be something that you would work an entire year towards, which sounds like a diamond type trip, because diamond is a whole year that you have for qualifications to get those trips. And when he said that, I thought it's going to be like a diamond trip. So that trip is going to be announced at Summit, and we're all going to be starting from zero together. It won't matter about your rank. It will matter about the activity that you do during the contest period, which we'll learn about at Summit. But when that happens, I want everyone to put that trip on their calendar. I want everyone to be researching whatever the details on that trip. Maybe you stay an extra day or two. Maybe you find out what's going on in whatever area it is. Maybe you call everyone you know, get people that are not even in your business yet, tell them about the trip and say, you know what, there's this trip and anyone can win it. And, you know, I've thought about you for a long time in the business, but I think you and I could win this trip together, and it would be so awesome. So think about that and focus on those trips. Now, let's talk about building through the holidays. Now, we're going to actually do, like we always do towards the end of the year, we're actually going to do a whole training. Matter of fact, we're doing a training at Summit, a detailed training about this. And now the holidays, especially the end of the year holidays, are super incredible and powerful, because it's a time of the year where people are less focused on business. So you can take advantage of that, and there's things that you can do. But I don't want to just talk about the end of the year holidays. Let's talk about all the holidays. There's holidays all the time. So New Year's, we could do New Year's Eve, but I love to, the first of the year, do a New Year, New You party. And we can talk about setting goals and whatever they are. They can be weight loss. That's a really big thing, of course. President's Day. Think about President's Day. You know, what about Dead President's Day, where you like have pictures of $100 bills and stuff? And who doesn't like dead presidents when they're on greenbacks, when their pictures are on greenbacks? So you could really do something fun with that. Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, like I said, it's already green and Zija's green, and it would be fun to have parties. Have an April Fool's Day party. Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Patriot Day, Yom Kippur, Columbus Day. By the way, some of these holidays as we get towards the end, right? Kwanzaa. I have never been to a Kwanzaa event. So this year I'm going to find somebody who celebrates that and say, I'd like to learn more about it and have a Kwanzaa event. I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. Hanukkah, of course, I've got lots of Jewish friends, so I've done Hanukkah. But it's a fun thing whether you celebrate that holiday or not. Who do you know that does celebrate that holiday? Have a party with your friends that do celebrate that holiday. So birthdays, of course, Black Friday. Black Friday, you know, Green Friday. How about Green Friday? And we do something, and I'm sure Zija's has all kinds of fun stuff. They have a holiday catalog that they just released and announced. It's going to talk about stuff for towards the end of the year, because we're in a gift-giving time. But I just want you to be thinking about, there's not just one event. There are events going on. And as I was looking at the different holidays in the United States, if you Google, one of the sites I went to had everything that people observe, from things that we've probably heard of, National Secretary Day, to things I have never heard of. It's crazy how they have a day for absolutely everything. So Google it and find that. Find the absolutely everything list and start adding them and having fun and doing events. So let's just in closing here, and then we'll take some questions. So if you have any questions, please put them in the Ask a Question box, upper left-hand corner of your screen. But everything you need to know. Your one-stop shop for everything Zija is at myownxfactor.com. So you'll see a tab that says Events, and if you hover over that, the drop-down that comes up will show you all the events that are taking place right now that you can plug into. And then, of course, on our training tab, that's where you're going to get our Super Saturday training archives, and there's other training links there as well. So our events that take place, you'll see the Zija Nation call. That takes place the first Tuesday of every period. When is that? That's this Tuesday at 7:30 Mountain Time. So put it on your calendar and make it a repeat event. When you put something on your calendar, you can click on the button that says this event repeats and click yes. So Zija Nation call, you're going to make it repeat every 4 weeks. Put it on for Tuesday, make it repeat every 4 weeks. We have our diamond calls the first Saturday of every period. That was this morning. It's on my calendar. I click this event repeats. So I put it on for every 4 weeks so I don't miss it. Now, we have all kinds of weekly events. So we have our Facebook Live with Chris Estes in the morning. Put it on your calendar. It repeats every single week. Our Maximize Mondays, our Super Saturday trainings. These are events that repeat. So you can get the details at xuevents.com, and that's going to, you can click on any of those events and see the actual details to all of them. And of course the zijaevents.com, and that's where you're going to find all the corporate events. They have Race to Summit events going on, incentive trips, the summit information. So let's just talk about our weekly Facebook Live events. Zija has the Natural Health Revolution Education Series. And so we want to plug into these events because every morning we're going to learn something new. When we learn something new, we want to think of somebody we can share that information with. People will come to mind as you learn something. And of course we can promote these events as well on Facebook. So we also have other weekly events. Let's just start with our mornings. Monday morning, Chris Estes live. So it is at 7 a.m. Pacific time. If you are not a 7 a.m. Pacific time person, no problem. When you wake up, then go to his Facebook page and look at the live video that had taken place a couple hours earlier. So you don't have to be live on when a live event takes place, but go to it. Make sure that you've got your alarm set so when you do wake up Monday morning, even if it's an hour later, whatever, you can go to it and see what you missed. If you're at work during that time period, then look at it at your lunchtime. These are not long events. So look at it during a break or at lunchtime. Of course, Monday night, Maximize Mondays, tune in. Let us present the opportunity for you. Have a home meeting. And then every Monday morning, it's Dr. Vaughn Johnson doing Core Solutions. So Dr. Johnson was on our Diamond Call today, and he told us the details about a lot of these products that are being introduced. And there's some exciting stuff, and as they do, they're new products, new stories to tell, new opportunities to connect with people. But they're like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes. I mean, you can watch these videos on a 10-minute break at work. So make sure every Monday morning, if you can't tune in live, that the first opportunity you have after, that you tune in and watch it, and then share it with a friend. It gives you an opportunity every single day to share something new with someone new. Every Tuesday morning, and these are all at 10 a.m. Pacific time, the Beyond Beauty Report with Shelley McGuire. And just know that after convention or after summit, there's going to be a lot of new stuff that we're going to be seeing and learning and hearing about and sharing. Every Wednesday, Dr. Joshua Plant with Facts and Findings. I learn new stuff every single week from him, as well as Dr. Scott Johnson. Every Thursday, Everyday Essentials. I am learning so much about essential oils. I'm going to be learning about essential oils for the next year at least, because it's just so new to me and so interesting. And I have so many new essential oils customers just because they learned something and I shared it with somebody and they wanted to try them. And, of course, our Friday Fit Fix with Nicole Johnson, this is where she talks about the Ripsticks products, and there's new Ripsticks products that are being launched, and And guys, we have a gold mine here. So if you're into fitness, if you're one of those gym rats, if you like to run, you probably have friends that do too. And if you do, then maybe every Friday you guys can have a little Zumba class at your house, or you can go to the gym and meet people at the gym. They've got TVs there. Ask permission from the gym owner. Hey, especially if you're going to bring some friends to their gym, bringing them business, they'll let you have access to a room where you could do this in and have the television. So think about every Friday morning having a little room at the gym where you and all your friends come and you watch the Friday Fix video, and then you all do your workout. There's just so many things we can do if we'll just plug in and do it. And, of course, there's Super Saturday trainings. This is when whatever your activities are during the week, you want to get your new distributors or even your new prospects to tune into our Super Saturday trainings so they know that they are going to get continued training, and they get to see and have access to the tools and the sites and all of that. So lastly, I just want to go over Summit again. This is the most important event of the year. As they announce the next summit, it needs to go in your calendar immediately. If for some reason you miss this year, I want you to promise yourself it'll be the last time you ever miss anything. If there's any way possible for you to attend this, and it doesn't matter about money, if you have the will and the desire, you'll find the way. I remember my first event. I'm telling you, I was a single mom and I didn't have any money. What was I going to do? Babysitters for like 3 days and staying in a hotel? I never stayed in hotels. Boy, whenever I went anywhere, I would drive, sleep in my car if I couldn't make it the whole distance to the destination, and stay at a friend's house. I didn't stay in hotels. I had to pay for a hotel. It was on the ticket, the convention ticket. There was just no way. And I just want you to know that the first couple of years in this business, I didn't go to the events because I didn't understand how important they were. I just didn't. And therefore, I continued to make part-time income, hobby income, I really should say. It wasn't even part-time. And it wasn't until somebody kind of bullied me into going, really. It was an upline who said, who wants to be a leader? And my hand is up. And who's going to be at the convention? And my hand went down. I said, well, if your hand's not still up, you will never be a leader. And it upset me. It really did, because I was offended. I actually had people in the room. My people. I had half the room was on my team. But you know what? If I hadn't gone to a convention, I wouldn't have had the respect of the people in that room that were on my team, because many of them did go. And if they had gone and I didn't go, what was that going to say? So I went. I felt bullied. I actually wasn't happy about it. Just want you to know that event changed my life, and I've never missed another event since then. So we think about this business as on-the-job training, and we're going to get little bits and pieces. Every call that we plug into, we're going to learn a little bit on our Natural Health Revolution series, right? Every day, a 5-minute nugget on here and a 5-minute nugget on there. So we are going to get information, but at Summit, we get what it would take the entire year to get in one single weekend. So I want you to commit to going, and I want you to bring a friend. Share the room, share the expenses. Spend an extra day, do something fun in Salt Lake City. It's actually a beautiful time of the year to be in Salt Lake City. But let's talk about the agenda. So first of all, diamonds, we have our Diamond Club dinner, a recognition dinner. And I want you to commit to going diamond and being at next year's diamond dinner. They give out awards, and boy, there's some cool stuff with Zija I've never even experienced before, seen in our industry. They give out earner rings and earner pendants, and you make enough money, and Rolex watches, and there's all kinds of awards and stuff that are given. They really recognize their leaders, but this is something that you should all aspire to. So if not this year, next year, Diamond Club dinner, so you're going to come a day early if you're a diamond. The agenda for the event starts Thursday morning. We have fitness classes every single day. There's office tours, registration, but general session 1 starts at 2 p.m. So everyone wants to get here. It's Thursday morning. You can fly in, get to your hotel, get checked in, be at the first general session. 2 to 4 p.m. After that, there's an international reception that night. There's a masquerade ball. Masquerade does not mean costume party. Masquerade means mask, and they are going to provide the mask. So all you have to worry about is your dancing shoes, something fun. I think I'm going to do something really fun for the masquerade ball. Friday, general session 2 was from 9 a.m. to noon. Then we break for lunch. And then then we start our breakout sessions, and they go the rest of the day. So they go all afternoon, and then the last one is 5-something p.m., I believe. So I think the time on here, they added another breakout session from like 5 to 6:30, I believe. But here's our events. And then Friday night, we have a special event. Chris Estes is co-hosting it with the Zango leaders. It's a Zango Nation-only private reception. Anybody who's been participating in any of Chris Estes' cash giveaways will be recognized and rewarded. And he's going to announce another challenge, and this challenge is only available to people at the event. And he's going to make this something that anyone can do, starting from scratch. It's not going to, there's going to be way more people getting way more money, and you need to be there in order to even be eligible for it. So you need to be at convention for 2 reasons. Number one, Chris Estes is going to give away a lot of money, and you can take advantage of that. Number 2, they're going to announce the special incentive trip. And I think if we all go and we focus on winning that trip and winning this money, boy, 2018 could look a whole lot different to us. So I hope that we're going to see everybody there at that event. And then on Saturday, we've got a Zija Miracle Foundation 5K race early in the morning. General session 3 starts at 9 a.m. and it goes till noon. There's lunch, and then the general session 4 is from 3 to 5 p.m. Saturday is where we're going to have all of our keynote speakers, and we're going to have a pre-closing party after that. And then our closing party, our closing session is going to be at 7:30 p.m. followed by a concert, a performance by the ex-ambassadors. So we have amazing keynote speakers, including our own Ken Brailsford. This amazing rock group that's going to be super fun and super incredible, and a whole lot more. So I just want to myself leave with kind of the reminder, right? The reminder is, in this journey, the first goal we have is to go bronze. Part-time income, average over $1,300 a month. We can do that by sponsoring just 2 people, one left, one right, and building those teams to 1,500 in volume. Each team, 1,500 or more. So we're going to do that every week. We're going to go bronze. We're going to get a success trip at bronze, too, in addition to the one that they're going to announce. And then we're going to keep going, right? We're going to go gold. And we're going to go gold with it's full-time income at gold, where the average income is over $3,400. And then you could do that with just 2 people also. You can get all the way to white gold with the average income is over $4,000 with just 2 people. But eventually we're going to sponsor a 3rd. We're going to sponsor a 4th. And with 4 people, we can go emerald. Emerald, the average income, this is lifestyle money. Average income is over $9,100 a month. And then from there, we want to go diamond. We can go diamond with 5 personally sponsored people. And diamond is where we should all be headed for. Diamond is, not only is diamond good income, the average income of a diamond is over $11,000 a month. I don't seem to see it on this slide. And you're participating in lots of stuff. You get your annual success trip, your diamond trip, and you're in the diamond club, and you get on the diamond calls, and you go to the diamond dinner, and there's a lot of fun things about being a diamond. But you also get to participate in the profit participation plan. This is where Ken Brailsford, I've never seen a company do this before, has set aside 25% of the net profits of the company in 5 different pools. The first one opened when Zija hit $50 million a year in the spring of 2011, and it's to diamonds and above. And guys, the average incomes don't include the profit participation plan. There's a lot of money here. The next pool opens scheduled to open at $300 million. They're going to open it at $250, which they believe will be by the end of the year. It'll be the black diamonds and above. So go diamond, but then go black. And there's other ranks higher than that, and other pools that will be opened higher than that. But the first thing you got to do to even be eligible is to get to diamond. So what I'd like to do right now is turn some time over to Sandy Cohen to talk a little bit about the things that I missed. And Sandy also, we're going to be doing this workshop together, and we've got a lot of good stuff in store, but I really want you to share with people about, obviously, the importance of Summit and the importance of building for events.
Thank you, Colleen. And, of course, you didn't miss anything. You're always so thorough. But, you know, as I was listening very emotionally, by the way, to your great presentation today, I think back to not so long ago when Eddie and I were $450,000 in debt and almost no hope. Like, how in the world at the age of 52 are we ever going to climb out of that mess? So let me ask you who are listening, what would you do if you were 52 years old and almost $500,000 in debt? And I really believed that life wasn't supposed to be a struggle. It was like, but what are my options? And we all know, if you know Polly and Eddie and I, you know that Eileen Cohen got me back into network marketing when I promised Eddie I would never, ever, ever do it again because I struggled so trying to figure out how to make it work. And Eileen introduced me actually to Collie Butler. And it was the two of them who made me see a big picture of getting trained, getting the knowledge, getting the education. And I understood that because in my medical and surgical supply business, which I built to a multi-million-dollar business in 3 years, I always went to the convention. I signed up for every class, and we're talking about a convention that was a 4-day event with thousands of exhibitors and workshops literally every hour on the hour. But from traditional business experience, I knew that experience going to convention, my business doubled every year. And we're talking about, you know, hospital beds, wheelchairs, breast prosthesis. I mean, not something everybody needs or wants. So when I got that big picture of comparison for success, and in the beginning didn't have the money, I mean, we were 5, 6 girls in a room. You know, some on sleepaway cots that they brought in, scheduling one bathroom for 5 or 6 girls in the morning to be ready. And we all shared munchies because we couldn't afford to eat in the restaurants. So ask yourself, what does success look like for you? What will it feel like to have better control of your time and your finances? Can everybody make $1 million? Can they? Well, let me ask you this. Are you any different than Collie Butler, Eileen Cohen, the Jerowitzers, or us? Heck no. The only difference is we were willing to sacrifice and do whatever was needed to get the skills to be able to share appropriately as well as the education. So if you're listening carefully, do you sense how important attending Summit is? If you understand how important that is, just say yes in the chat room. And if you are serious, think about getting what would take you probably over a year's worth of education squeezed into 2.5 days. What's that worth? Would you put a price on that? The word should be priceless. So whether if you need roommates to cut the cost down, send me an email. I'll send it out to my list. And, you know, you don't have to stay at a 5-star hotel. I'm sure, within walking distance of a mile, there's hotel rooms you could get for $59 a night, $69 a night or whatever, and you split that with 4 or 5 people. You do what you need to do because your future depends upon it. Because those who are at Summit are moving forward. They're going to move forward with or without you. So as Chris Essie says, do you want to be part of the team that locks arms to make a difference in the world? Remember, Zija's in 56 countries. 56. You can stay in your pajamas at home and build an income. Remember, 2 people, left and right, who duplicate. It's always about who duplicates. Can get you an average of $3,000 to $4,000 a month. What would that mean to you? Would that make a difference? $3,000 to $4,000 a month just by sponsoring 2 people who are willing to do and sacrifice whatever needs to be done. So please email Kali, email me, let us know that you're going to be there. Be sure you're no excuses now. You've got to be in the seats early. You're not going to miss a breakout session. You're not going to be too tired because you're going to have lots of Zija products to take. For me, I'll probably be taking what I call my Zija cocktails at least 2 or 3 times a day, starting very early in the morning. And I put everything in one container, from the Zango Juice to the Super Mix to the Zalo Pro. And, of course, we'll have more of the new Zija products to add to my cocktail. So let me know, let Kali know that we're going to lock arms together to make a difference in your life, because we can't do this alone, and neither can you. Thanks, Kali, for letting me share.
Absolutely, and thank you for sharing. There is nobody like you that can help us to understand, I think, the need for being at convention as a professional businesswoman outside of the networking industry. It applies to all. If we don't go and learn, if you're in real estate, you've got to go and get your educational hours and renew your license. It's required. If you're in insurance, whatever your skill is, they usually send you to a convention where you've got to go and you've got to learn. You've got to do so many hours to stay up to date. It's required in most industries. So it should be required in our industry. So think of it as a requirement. So I want everybody to download the Zija Summit app now. You're able to set it up right now. It's all self-explanatory. You set your stuff up. And you're going to be able to stay in tune with everything that is going on. You'll be able to access training and tools. Now, I want everyone to, there are some people maybe that can't go. Maybe you are homebound. Maybe you are very sick and you're in the process right now of trying to use our products to see if you can't get a handle back on your life and regain that health. And I know a lot of people that have had that experience where they truly have been bedridden for a long period of time. And whatever your current circumstances are right now, if there's some reason why you really, really can't go, and don't use it as an excuse to not go, but if you really can't for some real legitimate reason, maybe your daughter's getting married that weekend. Probably that's a legitimate reason, although I wouldn't let my daughter schedule her wedding on a summit weekend. But, we're not all there. So there are some excuses, and if that happens, I want you to be plugged in to the summit through the app the entire time. I want you to be learning. I want you to be sharing. And you're going to miss so much, but you'll still be able to gain something. So whatever you do, don't miss anything that you don't have to miss, okay? All right, we're going to do the app, and I'm going to answer some questions here. If you still have questions, upper left-hand corner, we're just going to get through them very quickly. Most of the questions can be answered on our website, myownxfactor.com. So where is the holiday catalog? if you haven't already seen it, because it was sent out by email through Zija. But remember, we have a document library, so we go to Documents. And in our document library, we've got documents that the Zija document library and the Zango by Zija document library. So there are lots of documents there. I did put a direct link here to the holiday catalog, so you can click directly on that, and here it is, and you can see everything, and you can go through the whole holiday catalog, and there's a lot of fun stuff in there. So that is where you will find the holiday catalog, and you can download it so you can have a copy of it. You can send it to people. You can make all kinds of fun stuff. The recordings, we find them under the Training tab, the Super Saturday trainings. So we go there, and there's always information about registering for the next event, and so there's all that, which you also find on our site. The most recent training last weekend, the Zija in the Know with Dr. Joshua Plant. If you did not see that, it's the top one. I've got it there because everyone needs to see that, because Dr. Plant talked about the More Clear unit, and it's so exciting. So the most recent one is there, and then here's our hottest ones, which obviously that's the first one. And we go through some of the hot ones, Going Diamond, their compensation plan, Getting Started, the Roadmap to Life Unlimited, et cetera, et cetera. So our hottest ones are there. And then at the very bottom, if you click on it, is the entire playlist. It's on our YouTube. Whenever you see three little lines, that means there's a menu. So you could click on this and go through the whole playlist, or you could hit the menu and you could scroll through if you're looking for a particular training that you want, and then you can find it and you can go to that. So that's where you find all of that. Our events are Maximize Mondays. So if we click on that, that's where you can register for the Maximize Mondays. There's the information, tuning in by phone, tuning in online. And by the way, we are going to a program that will allow us to do all of our training in our Maximize Mondays simultaneously on Facebook Live. Much like last week, Armando de Guzman Jr. rebroadcast it with Facebook Live. We're going to be doing that, so you'll also be able to tune into our events on Facebook Live. So right now, by computer we go here, but if you have a smartphone, you can download the Meeting Burner app, iOS or Android. And once you do that, all you have to do is put the meeting ID number in there, and then you have the Meeting Burner app will play the webinar with the visuals and with the audio right on your smartphone. So you can do that as well. All right, and there's our hottest Maximize Monday. So if you decide you're going to do a weekly meeting and you want to have different presenters each week, well, you've got Ed and Sandy Cohen on this one, you've got myself on this one, Dr. Edwards on this one, Armando de Guzman Jr., Brad Alcazan, Chris Estes, and more. So you can have a different presenter present in your home just by using these recordings on our hottest ones. Zija Online, when we go here, we will find all the hottest, not only the websites and the resources for Zija, but then also links directly to certain pages on the different sites that you might be interested in, including all the different product lines that are there. Social media. How are we plugging into the different social medias? So there's different ways on Facebook. The most important ones are corporate page, Drink Life In, Dr. Plant, Dr. Joshua Plant. Zango by Zija University is Zango by Zija. Chris Estes' page. There's links right there. So you can just click on the link and go directly to that page, and then you can like it, join the groups so that you can be plugged in, and then you'll start to see the stuff in your news feed. The YouTube channels, the Zija corporate channel is Living Zija, and the Zango by Zija University is Zango by Zija University. And you want to go there and you want to subscribe, because all of our training and all of our Maximize Mondays and a lot of other stuff that we do, we put on the YouTube channel. And the moment a new video is posted there, if you've subscribed, you will get an email and a notification that says, we just uploaded a new video. So you'll always be the first. Corporate too. You'll always be the first to see everything if you subscribe. Same thing with the Vimeo channel. Subscribe to the Vimeo channels. And then whatever you use, Google+, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, there's a lot of ways to plug into what's going on with Zija on those pages as well. So, Susanna, you always have issues, don't you? You've downloaded the Summit app, but you can't log in. Maybe you need to delete the Summit app and download it again, because that was the case with me and everyone else too until it went live. And once it went live, you can now log in because you set yourself up. It has you kind of register. You put in your information and you register, and then you're able to do that. So you did 3 times. Why am I not surprised? Susanna's always got questions I can't answer and issues that I haven't run across before. So I would say maybe there's an issue with accessing it from Denmark. I don't know, but why don't you send an email to Sandy and she'll help you get it resolved. The Zija Nation call, so we go to events, and then here's the Zija Nation call, and there's the information right there. So it is the first Tuesday of every period. There's the number, there's the access code, so it's right under our events, Zija Nation. All right, I think that is all the questions. There's a few more about the app, so all I know is delete it, reinstall it, try to set it up. If that doesn't work, email us, zangouniversity@gmail.com, or email Sandy Cohen directly because she's the one that's committed to try to help with this one. Oh, that's funny. All right. I think that's it. So if we are done here for the day, we will let everyone go. Guys, it's not too late not just to go to Summit, but to bring somebody with you. I really want you to think about somebody that you can bring with you, not only to share expenses, share the room, or 2 or 3 people. I mean, sharing a room with 4 people is easy because you can get 4 women, 2 double beds, right? If it's 4 guys, I don't know how guys feel about sharing a bed with another guy. Some of them don't care, and some of them do, but women don't care. So if you're a woman, for sure, you can get 4 in your room. We've done more than that by bringing in roll-away beds, but think about calling some people that you know. I want you to think right now about these people in your mind. Who would you love to? There's going to be a new incentive trip announced. Who would you love to go on that trip with? Who would you love to have in your Zija business? Who would you love to be your Zija business partner? Somebody who you have a relationship with that you would just love to have that experience with, to actually live life unlimited with. I want you to think of that person, or maybe it's 2 or 3, a group of friends, and I want you to call them and say, you know, I can't stop thinking about you. Every time I think about who I'd really want to have as my Zija business partner, you come to my mind. And I just need to ask you, there's an event coming. Number 1, I don't want to go alone. This is if you're going alone, okay? I don't want to go alone. I'd really love to have you there. It'd be a lot more fun if you were there with me. So think about the person that you could take with you. And maybe it's not even sharing expenses. Maybe you're just going to let them room with you so that they don't have to pay for it. But who would you love to go with you? So maybe they're doing this a favor for you so you don't have to go alone. Maybe they're doing it because you say, and by the way, many years ago, I used to go with my sister Kathy, who's in the meeting room. Hey, Kathy. She was in another network marketing company, but I still went with her to a couple of different events because, number 1, I wanted to go with my sister and hang out with my sister because that was awesome. And number 2, I knew I was going to meet people and I was going to hear stories that were going to inspire me and I was going to learn from. It didn't matter if it was my company or not. We have keynote speakers that are going to offer life-changing messages to people. Life-changing. So even if they're not in Zija, even if they're not interested in Zija, this is still going to be a life-changing weekend for them. So who do you know that you want to go with? Invite them. Tell them how much they mean to you. Tell them how much it would mean to you if they went with you to this event. And I can tell you one thing, even if they didn't go the whole weekend, Saturday, that's when all the keynotes are, that should be a no-brainer. You can get, any one of you could have somebody come with you on Saturday. But I believe that you can have people come with you on Friday and Saturday. And I believe you can have people come with you on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But whatever it is, do not miss this opportunity. Get on the phone, call your friends, go to Summit, and attend with somebody that you care about that you'd love to have in your business. Thank you, everybody. Let's have an amazing weekend. Bye now.